Hey, what's up, everyone? How you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. I've been checking my social media and the messages, direct messages that people have been asking me about this projector. Um, the good news is a lot of people are interested in this projector, and I'm happy to see that ViewSonic sales have actually kind of boosted up a little bit. I'm not sponsored by them, but if you're watching this ViewSonic, I wouldn't mind being partnered with you and check out your new products, mainly projectors, if possible. I would be interested in the X100 4K. I know it's an older model, but I wouldn't mind reviewing it either. Um, so I'm going to focus here on the ViewSonic PX701 uh, brochure user guide, and I'll walk you through this user guide. Now, the one that I have, it's a PX701 4K. There's many different variations of this model. In 2020, last year, and this year, there was two different variations of models that they have put out. And I think they really nailed it with the PX because, first and foremost, it's a very small, compact projector. This got to be the smallest compact 4K projector that can do 4K HDR, hyperlog gamma, 240 hertz, 120 hertz, 4.2 milliseconds, along with that refresh rate. It has two HDMI, HDCP 2.2 inputs. This projector, for its size and features that are built into it, not to mention 3,200 plus lumens light, brightness of light that this lamp, DLP lamp, it's projecting. Okay, DLP is the mechanism on the lens that it's shifting that color and shifting that resolution. The lamp is the lamp, but the lamp is can output 3,200 plus lumens light. Now, let's go through this guide really quickly, and I'll talk about these different models. Let's go right over here really quick. You have seen the projector. You've seen how it looks. I've done the videos on it. On the top, you have your buttons here, menu, keystone to adjust the shape of the screen depending on where you have it positioned. Keystone, basically what it does, it adjusts the position of your picture. So if your projector, it's narrow, facing that way, 75 degrees, you can use the keystone to adjust it to fit that screen. What it means, basically, your projector doesn't have to be behind you. Your projector could be 60 degrees or 70 degrees in the corner, and you just got to use that keystone to adjust that. I'll do that maybe on a separate video. And then here you got the color mode to choose what kind of color temperature would you like. So you can switch. They have already presets for you to switch. You can choose between cinema, the brightest, game, and then you can use your own adjustable color temperature. And I like the fact that they give you the option to adjust your own color temperature. That's pretty cool. And then here you got the source for your HDMI inputs. And then here you got a focus ring and a zoom ring. And the one thing I talked about yesterday on my previous video was just how cool and how awesome the focus lens is on this projector, on the PX701. And of course here you got the remote IR sensor. This is vented heated air. There's no filter here because we're using a DLP. We're not using 3LCD technology, even though I'm in favor of 3LCD technology, either LED or 3LCD. LED, I think it's better because it can last you longer. DLP, it's kind of getting old, to be honest with you. DLP technology, I think it will be obsolete pretty soon, in my opinion, because they're going to focus more on LED and 3 LCD, but mainly LED and laser. I think, honestly, that's where it's going. LED and laser. LED can last you longer. You can put about 40,000 hours, maybe more. And it's much quieter than the DLP. DLP has to shift that, digital light projector wheel. And then, people complain about rainbow effect. So I think that the days of DLP are slowly getting outnumbered. That's in my opinion. So let's move down here. Let me show you some key differences between 701 4K projector and the other models here. I'll zoom in so you guys can see it better. Now, there's some different variations. As I said, last year 2020 and this year 2021, ViewSonic has been really trying to figure out how can we approach our customers to bring an affordable projector, not to just make these high-end projectors like X100 4K, which is, $1,500, in some cases $1,800, depending on where you look for it. Not that there's anything wrong with that projector. That's a high-end projector. However, a lot of people cannot really spend that kind of cash on a projector, So they were trying to figure out how we can approach our customers to give them something affordable, so they can enjoy the 4K, HDR, HLG, Hyperlow Gamma, over-the-air HDR as well, so they can enjoy the low latency on the gaming and all of that. So what they basically did, they went to the drawing board. This is the research I did on the ViewSonic, and they decided to start with the new flagship models called the PX. And these are the PXs right here. We got 728 4K and 748. Now, 748 is the one that a lot of people prefer because of the higher lumens light. PX748 4K has, I believe, 3,500 lumens light. The one below, which is mine, 701, has 3,200. It's not like a huge difference, but still, it's brighter. So 748 has 3,500 lumens light. So what are the differences here? Well, let's look at the differences between 701 and 748 and 728. Well, first and foremost, the key difference you will see is the fact that this one has a couple of things. Actually, a couple of things that are missing from 701. And we're talking about the Ethernet port for getting connected to ViewSonic to download the firmware update, and then connecting to their smart features where you can download all the smart apps and all that. So you got a Ethernet port here. Okay, 701 doesn't have the Ethernet port, and you cannot connect to the internet. You basically have to use a USB memory stick, go to their website, download the drivers, and then plug it into the USB right here. I believe it's a USB 5 watts service right here. You can plug it in, then you can get the driver's updates. Here, you can do that directly by connecting to the internet. So that's the one feature that's missing. It's right over here. It's the no Ethernet port. And then over here, there's a USB-C. Okay. This is pretty cool that they have USB-C on 748. Maybe you want to plug in, your phone, or maybe you want to use some other equipment that you want to connect to it. So, having the Ethernet port here and USB-C, is it a deal breaker? To me personally, it's not a deal breaker. To me, honestly, I mean, if I can save a couple of $100 here and there, I'll probably go with this one down here, because to me, this is not like a deal breaker. If I want to update my drivers, I can just go to their website, use the memory stick, plug in the memory stick to the USB, and voila, I'm good to go. It's up to date. Smart features, I already have. Everybody has a Amazon Fire Stick or Amazon Fire Cube, Fire TV, Apple TV, NVIDIA Shield. You don't, even your Xbox has apps that you can use. So smart features I'm not that crazy about. So these are the two differences that are missing here. And of course, the 748 and 728, they're a little bit brighter, but not by much. We're talking 200 extra lumens light versus the 3200. But in my opinion, 3200 lumens light, it's more than enough, guys. 3200 lumens bright light, it's more than enough. It's as that's, trust me, a sweet spot for brightness. Some people say 4,000 lumens light. I mean, unless you're going to be outside, honestly, I can't see you needing to have 4,000 lumens light unless you're going to be like having a picnic or something, or by the poolside, and maybe for that reason. But 3,200 lumens lights is just more than enough. So those are the key differences, the key features is the USB-C Ethernet port, and of course a little bit brighter by 200 extra lumens light versus the 3200, which is over here. So basically 701 4K, the one I have, it's 3200 lumens light. These over here are 3500 lumens light. Not a deal breaker. We're talking 200 difference of lumens brightness up and down. Not a, like I said, a drastic difference. So this is why I still prefer 701, because it's cheaper, and you pretty much get the same deal as you get with these over here, minus the USB-C and Ethernet port. And again, that brightness of lumens light, to me, it's not a deal breaker that much. We're only talking 200 up and down, not that much of drastic difference. Now, if we were talking 4,000 lumens brightness light versus 3,200, then you could see a drastic difference. But 3,200 lumens light on the 701 is just more than enough. And with the HDMI, it's HDCP 2.2, 2.2 on both of these. This is great because having HDCP 2.2 will help you utilize your 4K HDR equipment, meaning you can plug in your PlayStation 5 and your Xbox Series X and enjoy both of them consoles on this projector. Like perfectly, you can enjoy them. You can connect your NVIDIA Shield, Amazon Fire Cube, what have you, right? So having the HDCP 2.2 HDR pass-through here for 4K and HDR, these two HDMI inputs are godsend, and they're perfect for your PlayStation 5 and Series X, especially since this projector supports 4.2 millisecond ultra low latency input mode. So when you're playing your games, you're gonna have that low latency, and that's what you want on any television or on any projector. So let's jump in over here to this is what people have been asking me also, like how far do you need to be for the projector to get that like a 120 or 130 inch screen. It's about, if you want the 130 inch, you can do it within like 12 feet. You can do a 120 inch within 12 feet. You just have to adjust it with focus lens, but you can easily do a 120 inch with like a 12 feet away. If you want to go to like 150 inch or maybe more, you're gonna do it. You're gonna have to do it like in a living room or something where you have like 1,200 square feet, and you can push it away like 17 or 18 feet, and then you can have that 150 inch. But 120, 130, it's more than enough. Honestly, 134 inch, it's more than enough for you to be able to enjoy that big screen cinema, especially in that room that you're in. Remember, the bigger screen only works if you are in a bigger room. If you're in a smaller room, then 120 inch, it's more than enough. Even 130 inch is more than enough. So you have many different options here. You can put it up front. Keep in mind, this is not a short throw. This is a long throw. It's not a short throw. Short throw, you can put it right next to the wall, right in front of the wall, I'm sorry. And you can have that, 120 inch or 130 inch screen. But the short throws are very expensive due to that technology. Front ceiling here, you can do it on the front ceiling, upside down, or being mounted to the ceiling. You can use the keystone to adjust that. So this is just showing you many different variations. The rear ceiling, it depends on how you want to set it up. So basically, you have all kinds of different variety of options to suit your needs, depending on where you're gonna mount this projector, in your home theater room or in your living room or in your study room or where have you. So they give you flexibility of options here. Now here's another thing. It's very important to mention that this projector, it's 16 by 9, and it only does 16 by 9 aspect ratio. So I talked about that yesterday with my video about the zoom in feature and aspect ratios. So you're always going to have 16 by 9 aspect ratio, just like on your TV. You can use the zoom in feature to adjust and fill in the screen, and you guys can watch that video. It's explained on my previous video. But this is a 16 by 9 ratio. Okay. Now, they do have projectors that support a variety of different ratios, but we're talking professional home theater cinema projectors. These projectors are super expensive, like $20,000, like forget about it. That's really intended for film directors, for people who have money, they're wealthy, and they can special order that. Like, you have to special order those projectors. You cannot just like go to Amazon or Best Buy. You have to kind of get in touch with certain distributors from like AMC cinema and stuff like that to get those specific projectors. So you can forget about that. I think I covered majority of stuff here on this projector. As I mentioned, here you got the audio out. You can connect your speakers, which is pretty cool. If you have speakers, you can connect it here and audio out. I have a Logitech speakers, and they work just fine. I plugged all 4 of them, or 5 of them, I'm sorry, including a subwoofer, and they work just fine, you know. And I think I already talked about the ViewSonic features, the user interface. It's very simple to use. Everything is there, self-explanatory for you. It's almost like a PlayStation user interface. You know, on the top you got the icons, and at the bottom you can see what every and each department here of this section supports, and you can scroll through it. And let me see if there's anything else that I... Oh yeah, another cool feature about this projector that I should mention is the ecosystem for your energy saver. This thing has a smart energy, which allows you to automatically turn off or put the projector in a standby mode, meaning that, let's say you were watching a movie or you're watching a sports event or something and you fell asleep, right? Sometimes these things happen, nothing we can do about it. And you forgot to turn off your projector. With this feature on, with the auto power on and smart energy saver on, it will automatically use the super eco mode that will put your projector in a standby mode. It's gonna turn off the light, the lamp. It's gonna stop all the function, and it's gonna conserve the energy, meaning it's not gonna be running that lamp and wasting it for no reason. So this is pretty cool feature that they have that. They also have a silence mode, which helps reduce that processing and keeps the fan quiet. You do lose a little bit of brightness on your projector, but you're also saving that lamp life. Pretty cool feature. Let's see. Oh yeah, the HDMI settings. I already talked about this. HDMI settings, basically, you can adjust what type of HDMI would you like to use, you know, and I would never mess with this. I would just keep it on automatic. Let the projector decide and detect what your device is capable of outputting and what your projector can take. So I would just leave this on automatic. HDR is just you pretty much switching between HDR10 and Hyperlog Gamma. There's 2 HDR formats. Another cool feature about the HDR is that you can actually adjust the brightness of the HDR. How bright do you want it to be? That's something that I will do on a separate video. So let me show you. Like I said here, this is a HDMI range and HDMI format, you know, RGB color space and YUV color space. So this is something that I wouldn't mess with it. I would just leave it alone. I would just keep it as it is, automatic, because you don't want to mess with this, because you're gonna have a, you know, a screwed up picture. It's not gonna look good if you're messing with this. So the best thing to do, keep it on automatic. That's what I would do. Always set to automatic and let the projector decide what's the best possible color space. Same thing with the HDMI range. Keep it on automatic. There's different types of HDR. We got HLG, HDR10, and HLG, which is a Hyperlog Gamma. Keep this on automatic because let the projector detect what you have. Now, you can manually turn off the HDR and switch between different types of HDRs that are supported. But why would you want to do that when you can just let the projector detect automatically what your device and what your projector is capable of producing in terms of HDR format. There's also EOTF. So this is basically where you can adjust the brightness level of your image according to the input source. Normally I keep it on the mid, and which is recommended. But if you feel that your black levels are a bit crushed, then you can brighten it up a little bit on EOTF. But I wouldn't mess with this. This is something you can use when you are outside. Like if you're watching the projector outside, I would maybe keep it to a brighter level. But I usually keep it on the mid settings. That's where I keep it, you know. And I think I talked about this on my video the other day a little bit. And again, here we go. The ultra fast input, which gives you that low latency. I always turn this on. This is the feature that I always use. I keep it on at all times, so that way when I switch to playing video games, when I'm not watching a movie, I always have that low latency and I'm good to go. 4.2 milliseconds, you know, even when you're playing in a 4K 60 HDR, you get 4.2 milliseconds, and that's freaking awesome, especially on a 134-inch screen, man. If you never played a video game on a 134-inch screen with a low latency, man, it's so much better. Especially if you're playing a Battlefield, right? Battlefield 2042 or Call of Duty, stuff like that, you know, Vanguard. You definitely going to have a much better field of view. You'll see things much better and clear. Especially with Insurgency, Sandstorm. The whole experience was like on the next level for me, because I can see clearly where everyone is hiding. And then there's the zoom feature, which I talked about yesterday and all that. You can watch that video. Zoom, it's something that it's available to you, but I don't recommend it. But hey, if those letterboxes black levels are bothering you, then you can use the zoom feature. That's up to you. I don't know if there's anything else that I need to mention here. I think I pretty much mentioned everything there is to mention. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that maybe I need to cover here. I think I covered everything here. Yeah, pretty much. I think I covered everything here. If you guys have some more questions about this, just leave a comment down below. But I think in this half an hour, I covered the differences between 701, 728, and 748. There's also 747, but that's from 2019. That's a 2019 model, and I honestly, I don't think that model's that good because it's missing some key important features that the PX701 has. I personally would recommend 701 if you want to save money. Now, if you think that extra 200 lumens light is going to be a deal breaker to you, or if you think that having that Ethernet port with a USB-C is going to be a deal breaker to you, then go ahead. Put a little extra, $200 on there and get it. But if you want to save money, I think PX701 for $899 for $900, it's probably the sweetest spot, the most affordable projector out there for the price. Like I said, looking at all these features, PX701, I don't know if there's a I looked at Optima, I looked at all these other projectors, I looked at Epson and etc. BenQ. They're all asking a much higher price for what they're giving you, and that's how I grade these projectors. I look at the features and I look at the price. And when I look at the features that the PX has 701 versus all the others, and how compact and how small this thing is, you can put it in your backpack and have all of these features. This is where, to me, the value of recommendation comes in, because it packs all these features and it has a great value for what you're paying. That's why I recommend this projector. And like I said, honestly, if there's anything better than this currently, please do let me know. But I looked at it, I couldn't find anything better than this for this price. And with all of these features, they're being implemented. Good luck finding it for this price if you're gonna find anything like that. So ViewSonic, I highly recommend this, man, projector. If you have a PlayStation, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, or even Series S, this is no-brainer. This projector here, it's perfect for gaming, perfect for movies, and you will be very pleased with what you're getting with this projector for its price and features. So that's my opinion on it. That's how I feel. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, just let me know down below, and I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. Sorry that the video is about 30 minutes, but I figured I'll walk you through user manual to talk about some of these features, so you have better understanding of what you're getting into when you buy a PX701 versus 748 and 728. Okay, hopefully this helps you make a decision, and hopefully my other videos will make you with a decision whether or not you should buy this projector. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. By the way, I'm not sponsored by ViewSonic. I'm just giving my own observation on the product. I like them. If they are interested in me, they can contact me. I wouldn't mind being sponsored by them. I like what they're doing. I think they're making the smart moves with these projectors. So there you have it.